Okay, guys, this is the legend at the Spokane-Open. And you might be thinking, why the heck are you showing us Starbucks, Zakin? That's because we went to Starbucks on our way to the tournament. And let me tell you, okay, all of these look pretty good. But I just want to say, I'm a sucker for cake pops, guys. Cake pops are so delicious, okay? So, with that out of the way, let's go into my first match. But first, wait, let's go to the verse of the chapter of the day. So, first of all, I want to say, like the last tournament, like all these tournaments, I had a chapter of the day that I already, found and had myself ready for the tournament with. But what I didn't have prepared was what I was going to experience at the tournament. Before weigh-ins or right after weigh-ins. So right before the tournament started at 9, at 8:45, they said on the announcements, we're going to have a group-led prayer and devotional on mats 1 and 2, right? And I'm like, this is awesome. Christianity in a wrestling tournament. Let's go. And so over here on mat 1 and 2, you can probably see my taps. Mat 1 and 2, the time came and we had like 80 wrestlers there, and I just thought that was so cool. And I loved the devotional, I loved the prayer. I think it's awesome having Jesus in these college tournaments. And I got a shirt, this one right here, and maybe I could show off the back a little bit too. Yep. So I just wanted to say that. I love seeing Jesus at college wrestling tournaments. But so the verse in the Devo was Isaiah, where it says the Lord will do a new thing. I just want to say that. But here's my verse. So it's Judges, it's the book of Samson. Samson, he's like the Hercules of the Bible. And they're trying to find the secret to his long hair. Oh my gosh. They're trying to find the secret to his super strength. The Philistines, those are like the bad guys. They're enslaving the Israelites. They're making them like lower class citizens pretty much. So they're in bondage, right? And Samson is born, and they're like, you know what? Samson's going to turn the tables. He's going to kick these Philistines' butts and make us free. And that was kind of Samson's role. He was he was a very strong person for the Israelites. And so the Philistines are like, how do we get this guy? Nothing we do works. And so they got a girl, and Samson was girl crazy. And so he told the girl the secret to his strength after, kind of fibbing like 3 times. So the thing is, he gave up that which was sacred to him, for a dumb girl. Not all girls are dumb, but some girls are, and some guys. And so then they caught him, and they said that their god, Dagon, put Samson into their hands and delivered him, and they made sport of Samson. They mocked him, and they laughed and stuff. And Samson, he had his eyes gouged out. He was not in a good situation, and they were just mocking him and laughing at him. But in his last moments, he prayed to the Lord. And Samson called upon the Lord and said, O Lord God, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me, I pray thee. Only this once, O God, that I may be at once avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes. And then it says Samson took the 2 pillars with his 2 hands, and he basically shook the pillars with all of his might, and the entire building just fell. And that was, out of all of Samson's feats, that was his strongest one. But here's the thing. When they found the secret to his strength, which was his hair, and chopped it off, like his strength was gone. That's what he thought. He thought his strength was lost, and it's just interesting because he called upon the Lord one last time for strength, and that's when he realized his strength wasn't in his hair; it was in the Lord. Samson did so many bad things bad things, I mean, like, he went against his faith so many times and sinned so much, but through it, in the end, the Lord still came through for him. And so that's the lesson. And in the tournament, I was definitely thinking, you know what? I want the strength of the Lord on my side. And I thought about the pillars, and I thought about my opponents like they were pillars I had to shake. Okay, let's go.
You go, Bolander.
Okay, so first of all, this guy kept on taking me down. I hated it. So I felt like this guy was a guy I could actually, like, I felt like I was better than him. Though even when I was losing, I felt like I was better than him, and it kind of frustrated me. But the thing is, he just did the right things and I did the wrong things. Yep. Oh, yep. So I get a reversal. And let me just say this right now. This is the theme of this match. He takes me down. I get a reversal. He gets an escape. Like, literally, he keeps on getting takedowns, and I keep on getting escapes. And the point gap was like maybe like 6 points or something. And I did the math. Okay, here we go. This is it right here. 4 points, actually. So look, I only got reversals on him. And how many takedowns did he get? 1, 2, 3. And then I got 1, 2, 3 reversals. And I got one escape, and he got 2 escapes. So, crap, I gave him one more escape. I think he would have won by 1, but let's run this through. Okay, he gets a takedown, 3 points. I get an escape, get a takedown. Now I've got 4 points. He gets an escape. He gets a takedown. Okay, he's at 7. I get an escape instead of reversal. I get a takedown. Now I'm beating him by 1. He gets an escape. We're tied. Third period, I get an escape. I'm winning by 1 point. He gets a 3-point takedown. Now he's winning by 2 points. Oh boy. I get an escape. I get a 3-point takedown, and I'm beating him by 2 points. So I think that's actually how it would have went. I could have beat him by 2 points if I just got escapes and takedowns instead of reversals. Okay, so we'll kind of fast forward, but pretty much, look how good of a job I do riding him. I can't tilt him, no, but I ride him out pretty good. Right here, I'm trying to work a cross wrist series, stuff like that. It's a work in progress. This mat return was pretty good. Let's do that one more time. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I worked on that a little bit. Oh, man, this was my moment. I could have tilted him too, but I missed it. Then he got an escape. And then He blasted me through and got 3 again. But look, look how quickly I get a reversal. I didn't even watch this part. Like, oh, yep, here we go, reversal. Yep. And then right here, oh, my coach gets mad at this. And I wasn't watching the clock. There were like 10 seconds left in the period right here. And I spin around, go in front, and I tried to do my front headlock launch. I made too much of a habit of trying to go for it. And he says, exactly what he says, well, he says we don't need to go for a home run, Zakin. And he's absolutely right. I'm not too far in points. I don't need to go for a home run. And so he's just frustrated. He's like, with 4 seconds left, you let him escape. And I almost took him down with the 4 seconds left, but then couldn't quite get it. More wrestling. I think I did better on top too. Like, yep, look, he blasted through me again. And you want to know why? It's because, look, he reaches, I reach. Well, not on that exchange, but I had zombie hands against him a few times, and it frustrated me. Oh, look, here we go again. Okay, this one, I don't know if I could have got a normal escape with this one, but it's, I mean, still, like, all those escapes and takedowns would have made such a big game changer. With 2-point takedowns, like, escapes used to have value. I mean, reversals used to have value. But now we have 3-point takedowns, guys. You've got to realize, get 1, not 2. Yeah, and really, I think the only moment when reversals are actually good, now that we have a 3-point takedown, is when it's the last seconds of a period. Then you might want to get a reversal because you might not have time to get a takedown. But that's literally the only moments when I think reversals are valuable still. This was kind of cool. I mean, it worked. Man, I wish I would have pinned him. A lot of guys say, like, you don't want to go back here. But I don't see why not, because most of the time when I do this, I get the upper hand on a guy. And look, so I get the Navy. That's my favorite top move right there, by the way. Get my arm under, get the Navy. I'm trying to get the fall right there. I've got to get it. But he actually gets out of my Navy. And at this point, my match is kind of over. I try as hard as I could on top, but it was futile. And he wins the match. And I was like, crap. I let him beat me. But I just want to say he is a good wrestler, okay? I feel like I really could have got him. Here's a little bit of my dad and I. We do this sort of stuff a lot for my match warm-up routines. So this is right before my second match. We do a lot of toe-touching things. Like, he tries to get my nervous system ready and get me sprawling and things like that. That's kind of the whole point behind all this. So I really feel like it helps me out having him do this. Just lots of dodging the legs. Nothing too intense, just that's how I get ready. And then I thought this was an important moment. I like going like this a lot and then loading up and shooting. I wonder if I went straight up. I wonder if I would have went up a little bit and then right here shoot. Maybe that would have been enough to just get the takedown. But I mean, either way, I got in on his legs. But yeah, you're going to see this a lot in my matches. except I want to make it more crisp because I feel comfortable there. I just have to find a way to get in on the legs better. Okay, second match. Okay, here we go. Three. Another nice mat return. Nice. And then he escapes. Well done, well done. His name's Andrew, by the way. And then look at this. Wow, that was a nice takedown. I watched that a few times and I was like, whoa. Let's just do an instant replay. I like how much I congratulate my opponents. Okay, he rides me for a little bit. By the way, him and I are friends now. He's super cool. I like the fact that he's got a Super Mario tattoo on his thigh. I told him about that. I was like, dude, that was my childhood right there. Then we started talking about Mario Galaxy, and he didn't know there was a second one out. So, yeah. So I told him there was a Mario Galaxy 2, and I said he had to play it. It's equally as good as the first one. And he was like, all right, bet. And now we're hoping we wrestle again because he's just a cool dude and good opponent. Okay, here we go again. Boom. Okay. First of all, how did I get in on the legs? Boom. One more. Look where he steps his right leg. Okay, his left. So I didn't see that. I just went in for the shot, but he just happened to step his leg in the right place. But I've got to notice how guys move their legs so I can see these openings and not just blindly shoot. So then I'll have a higher chance of actually doing this. Now we're in a crackdown position. My philosophy with this is always get the ankles high. Get the ankles as high as you can, always elevated. This is kind of like my Navy. It's a little bit different. But look, I realize I have his leg right here. And so I'm like, oh. I run around. And then right here, when I plant my hand, I'm like, I've got him. Last ditch effort. Can't get out. And I get the fall. Pretty cool. So yeah. That was, okay, let's go back to that. Guys, you tell me, is this a sick pin? Look at this. We'll kind of fast forward it. Okay. Boom. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was... I've never pinned a guy like that in a match ever, I don't think. I think that goes highest style pin I've ever done. On to the next. Yes, I'm drinking Prime in my video. I'm kind of hoping that Logan Paul can sponsor me. No, all jokes aside, I love Prime. Okay, the hydration though. I'm not a big energy drink fan. Okay, so I'm going against this guy. So my first opponent was actually from Canada. Simon Fraser is a school in Canada, so pretty cool. First Canadian, first person out of my country that I wrestled. And then, well, that's part of the reason why I'm upset I lost him. I'm like, my first international opponent, I lost him. My international record is 0-1. Kind of funny, but this guy's wearing a Japan singlet, though. He's not Japanese. I talked with him after the match, but he just likes Japan, and I think it's cool. you know, I like Japan too, so kudos to you, bro. This is how the match starts. Lots of action. This is college wrestling right here. All this movement. Yeah, everything's just so fast and so much of a fight, except for when I get taken down like that. He mat returns me. That was a good mat return. First of all, I just want to say I'm ready this match. Like, I want it so bad. I don't know if you could see it, but I've got fire in my eyes. So I put a lot of effort into all of my matches, but this was one where it was kind of peaked. I just really wanted it. Because, my team was dropping like flies on this tournament, and I didn't want to be another guy just to get eliminated, right? So I was like, do it for your team, Zakin. Do it for your team. Oh my gosh. He runs an armbar on me. This was one of the tightest armbars I've ever been ran in. Man, I was like, oh my gosh. But I got out of them both. Okay, now I put the hammer on him. I'm like, I'm ready. I didn't get an escape though. And then I could have got on top of him too. But yeah, so no change actually happened there. He was still on top technically. So that actually worked towards my favor, but still, I don't want to do that anymore when I have the opportunity to escape. This is an interesting scramble. First of all, let's see. So I do all this work to get behind him. I'm this far behind him. How do I not get the takedown? Like, seriously? So I've got to work towards that. Not letting guys take me down not letting guys take me down when I'm so close to getting a takedown of my own. It's those little wars that you lose, those little battles that you lose that determine the outcome of the war. Oh, I think... Okay, I get top. Mat return didn't really work against him. Look at that exchange. Dang. Out of bounds. And then he said his shoulder hurt. I guess I hurt his shoulder, my bad. But the dude, like, I didn't realize this until later in the match, but the dude's just trying to run out the blood and injury clock. I'm gassing him out so much. I want this so bad. He's got the moves on me, but, like, he's just dead, exhausted. And so look at all this time he takes. Oh, he's ready now. Oh, yep. So he stopped us from wrestling here. Blood. And shoot, I got a takedown too. And my coach said, you don't ever stop wrestling there. And I think my coach was absolutely right. I can't stop wrestling there because here he goes. See, he just wanted a break. Look how long this break is. Now we're back into it. We go out of bounds. Go again. Gets on top. Yeah, this match is so fast-paced. Oh, this is one of the highlight moments. Here we go. Oh man, that was nice. But it was a reversal, not an escape. See, like I could have just... Okay, here we go again. I thought, okay, pause. This was the end of the second period. I kind of thought it was the end of the third period. My bad. So I go for that one thing coach doesn't want me to go for. But hey, it doesn't blow up in my face. Except, actually it did. But I don't think, I've never given a guy back points because I've tried to do this. But I've given him other points. The other thing is, my coach told me, like, when we talked all the way back, you know, over there, when we talked all the way back over there, he said wrestle good. Wrestle simple. What's the word he specifically used? He wanted me to wrestle clean. Yes, he said clean. He wanted clean moves. And I started to kind of give him that, but that headlock was not a clean move. He wants us to wrestle more mature. This moment is another highlight. He thinks he's got me, and I kind of let him believe it. I kept my leg here, but I knew it was loose, so I was like, okay, let's go. Right here, he's like, wait, what? What just happened? I get my Russian tie on him, and then I wait to shoot because, well, I'm kind of nervous. And then yep. Oh, yep. And so he seals the deal, and he texts me right there. And that's the match. And I'm like, okay, he might have just won the match, but I want to show that I'm at least the first one back to the mat because, you know, it sucks losing, but any win I can get against him, I'll take it. So, yeah, that's my Spokane-Open. Once again, we went 1-2. That borderline goal of going 2-2, not met again. So that's a bummer. Okay, guys, we're about to wrap up the video. Here's kind of a funny video.
We learned from this tournament and 3 things we want to learn going forward.
Yep.
OORAH. You have to write those down.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Here's my teammate Fahad wrestling. He's awesome. He's really strong. Team pictures. I'll show the team video.
I'm begging you. Don't give me a buy a Starbucks, please, guys.
We'll go back to that. Listen real close.
Give me a buy a Starbucks, please, guys. I will buy my own Starbucks. Let's go get in here.
Trevor and
I'm
Tristan.
sweaty. I'm trying to get the pictures. No, you can get in here, bro.
So yeah, that's the squad we took to the Spokane-Open. So that Starbucks joke, it was kind of one. Well, yeah. I'm not the only one on my team that wants some Starbucks. Okay. Yep, here's the 3 things I learned. So you can take a look at this. What I learned from this tournament was I need to keep my hands low and keep control. I need to do a good ride. I actually can do a good ride. I give up too much riding time. A lot of my opponents have secured a riding time point, and I'm too nervous on my first matches. The 3 things I want to learn: I want to successfully cross wrist tilt guys. I want to study and understand what makes an opponent attack. And then I crossed this one out. This is the one. I need to give escapes and then re-attack instead of floating to a front headlock or whatever else. So these three things on the bottom specifically, we talked about these. We talked about these during the matches. The cross wrist tilt. That's what I was looking for. My Navy red and a cross wrist tilt. Those are the two moves I want on top. And then studying an opponent's movements. I talked about how I got, with my dad, we were working, and how my opponent, he stepped his leg, and that's what enabled me to pin him. And then escapes, 1, not 2. And then get 3. That's like, how many times did I hit the hammer on that in this video? So, yeah. So yeah, guys, that was my experience. The legend at the Spokane-Open. So yeah, second college wrestling tournament down. Still looking to improve and get better. Yeah. So Zakin out, guys. OORAH!